Paul Reiser is an American actor, comedian, writer, and producer whose career has spanned over 4 decades, marked by a distinctive blend of humor, wit, and relatability that has endeared him to audiences worldwide. Born on March 30th, 1957, in New York City, Reiser grew up in a Jewish family in the bustling borough of Brooklyn, specifically in the Midwood neighborhood. His full name is Paul Reiser, and he has often credited his early life experiences in the diverse, fast-paced environment of New York as foundational to his comedic sensibilities. Reiser's father, Charles Reiser, was a high school art teacher who also worked as a commercial artist, instilling in his son an appreciation for creativity and expression. His mother, Ruth Reiser, was a homemaker who supported the family's artistic inclinations. Paul was the youngest of 3 children. He has 2 older sisters, Gloria and Barbara, who played significant roles in his formative years by encouraging his interest in performance and storytelling. From a young age, Reiser displayed a natural talent for making people laugh. He attended local public schools in Brooklyn, where he was known for his quick wit and ability to entertain classmates during recess or in the hallways. His high school years at Midwood High School were particularly influential, as the school had a strong arts program that allowed him to explore drama and improvisation. It was here that Reiser first stepped onto a stage, participating in school plays and talent shows. These early performances were informal but pivotal, as they helped him hone his timing and delivery, skills that would later define his stand-up comedy routine. After graduating high school in 1975, Reiser pursued higher education at the State University of New York at Binghamton, where he majored in psychology. He chose psychology partly because it fascinated him. The study of human behavior aligned with his interest in comedy as a way to dissect and mirror everyday life. However, Reiser quickly realized that academia was not his true calling. During his college years, he began performing stand-up comedy at local clubs in upstate New York, often driving hours to open mic nights. These experiences solidified his decision to drop out of college after his junior year to pursue comedy full-time. In 1977, at the age of 20, Reiser moved back to New York City, immersing himself in the vibrant comedy scene of the late 1970s. Reiser's early career in comedy was a grind of persistence and resilience. He started performing at small venues like the Improv and Catch a Rising Star, clubs that were hubs for aspiring comedians. His style was observational, drawing from the absurdities of urban life, relationships, and family dynamics, topics that resonated with audiences navigating the social upheavals of the post-Vietnam era. Reiser's routines were clean, intelligent, and devoid of the edgier, more profane humor that was becoming popular among some contemporaries like Richard Pryor or George Carlin. Instead, he focused on the humor in the mundane, such as the quirks of apartment living or the frustrations of dating in the city. By the early 1980s, Reiser had gained enough traction to appear on television. His first major break came in 1982 when he was cast as a regular on the short-lived NBC sitcom The Mighty Ducks. No, wait, that was later. Actually, his TV debut was on Late Night with David Letterman in 1981, where his affable charm caught the eye of producers. This led to guest spots on shows like The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, which boosted his visibility. One of Reiser's most significant early roles came in 1982 when he landed a part in the film Diner, directed by Barry Levinson. In this coming-of-age dramedy set in 1950s Baltimore, Reiser played Modell, a wisecracking friend in a group of young men navigating life transitions. The role was small but memorable, showcasing Reiser's ability to deliver punchy one-liners and convey vulnerability beneath the humor. Diner was critically acclaimed and earned Levinson an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay, putting Reiser on the map in Hollywood. Following this, Reiser appeared in a string of films that highlighted his versatility as a supporting actor. In 1984, he starred alongside Albert Brooks in Unfaithfully Yours, a comedy about jealousy and mistaken identity, where Reiser's timing complemented Brooks' neurotic style. That same year, he had a role in Beverly Hills Cop, the action comedy that launched Eddie Murphy to superstardom. Reiser played Detective Jeffrey Friedman, the straight-laced partner to Murphy's brash 𝗥𝗘𝗚𝗧. The film's massive success, grossing over $234 million worldwide, exposed Reiser to a broad audience, and his character's dry humor provided a perfect foil to Murphy's energy. As the 1980s progressed, Reiser continued to build his film resume. In 1986, he appeared in Aliens, James Cameron's sci-fi sequel, playing 𝗕𝗥𝗚𝗘𝗥, a company executive whose duplicitous nature added tension to the ensemble cast. Though the role was villainous, Reiser infused it with a smarmy charm that made it iconic among fans of the franchise. Critics noted how Reiser, known for comedy, could pivot to dramatic intensity without losing his core likability. Back in television, Reiser's career took a defining turn in 1987 when he co-created and starred in My Two Dads, an NBC sitcom that ran for 3 seasons until 1990. In the show, Reiser portrayed Michael Taylor, one of 2 men vying for the role of father figure to a teenage girl whose biological father had recently died. The premise allowed Reiser to explore themes of family, responsibility, and modern relationships, blending humor with heartfelt moments. The series was a moderate hit, peaking in the top 20 of Nielsen ratings during its first season, and it earned Reiser a People's Choice Award nomination. My Two Dads also marked Reiser's first foray into writing and producing, as he contributed scripts that reflected his personal insights into blended families. The pinnacle of Reiser's television success came with Mad About You, which premiered on NBC in 1992. Reiser co-created the show with Danny Jacobson and starred as Paul Buckman, a documentary filmmaker married to Jamie Stemple Buckman, played by Helen Hunt, a publicist. The series chronicled the everyday adventures, arguments, and affections of the couple, often focusing on the minutiae of married life in New York City. Mad About You was groundbreaking in its intimate portrayal of a relationship, avoiding the slapstick of traditional sitcoms in favor of witty banter and realistic scenarios. Reiser's performance was lauded for its authenticity. He drew from his own life to craft scenes that felt genuine, such as navigating in-law dynamics or coping with urban inconveniences like noisy neighbors. The show ran for 7 seasons, concluding in 1999, and won numerous awards, including Outstanding Comedy Series at the Primetime Emmys in 1993, 1994, and 1996. Reiser himself received 5 Emmy nominations for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series, and the chemistry between him and Hunt was often cited as the show's heart. Guest stars like Lisa Kudrow, who played their quirky neighbor Ursula, added layers to the ensemble. Beyond Mad About You, Reiser's 1990s film work included roles in Bye Bye Love, 1995, where he played a divorced dad alongside Randy Quaid and Rob Reiner, exploring co-parenting challenges with his signature humor. In 1996, he voiced the character of Yakko Warner in Animaniacs, contributing to the beloved animated series' irreverent comedy. Reiser also wrote and starred in The Thing About My Folks, 2005, a film he developed from a personal story about his father's disappearance, blending drama and comedy in a way that echoed his observational style. As the new millennium dawned, Reiser transitioned into more varied projects. He appeared in the independent film The Independent, 2000, playing a film critic, a meta role that poked fun at Hollywood. Television specials like his 1991 HBO stand-up Paul Reiser, Out on a Whim, showcased his live performance skills, where he riffed on fatherhood and marriage, topics that would become central after his own life changes. Reiser's career in the 2000s saw him guest starring on shows like The Sopranos, 2000, where he played a doctor in a memorable episode, and Curb Your Enthusiasm, 2004, fitting seamlessly into Larry David's improvised comedy. He also lent his voice to Family Guy and American Dad, voicing characters that captured his deadpan delivery. In 2009, Reiser starred in the short-lived NBC sitcom The Paul Reiser Show, a semi-autobiographical series about a former sitcom star adjusting to life after fame. Though it lasted only 7 episodes, it highlighted Reiser's self-deprecating humor. Film roles continued with Whispers and Lies, 2008, a Lifetime movie where he delved into thriller territory, and The Book of Love, 2017, a dramatic turn as a grieving father. Entering the 2010s, Reiser balanced acting with writing. His 2012 book 𝗕𝗥𝗚𝗜 became a bestseller, offering hilarious essays on marriage that mirrored 𝗕𝗥𝗚𝗏. He followed with 𝗕𝗥𝗚𝗏, 1997, and Unfiltered Jokes from a Precocious Toddler, 2010, cementing his status as a comedic author. On screen, Reiser joined the cast of Married on FX in 2014, playing the father of the lead character, bringing generational humor to the series. His role in the 2016 film Independence Day Resurgence reprised Carter Burke from the original, delighting fans with a twist on the character. More recently, Reiser has appeared in The Kominsky Method, 2018-2021 on Netflix, playing 𝗕𝗥𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗏, a friend to Michael Douglas's character, earning praise for his warm, supportive performance. In 2020, Mad About You was revived on Spectrum Originals for a limited series, with Reiser and Hunt reprising their roles as empty nesters facing new challenges, proving the timeless appeal of their dynamic. Throughout his career, Reiser has been involved in production and music. He executive produced Mad About You and contributed to its theme song, Final Frontier, which he co-wrote and performed. Reiser's music interests stem from his love of jazz and pop. He has collaborated with musicians like Don Was and even released a comedy album. His stand-up tours, though less frequent now, continue to draw crowds, with routines updated for contemporary life, such as parenting in the digital age. Personal life. Paul Reiser's personal life has been a source of inspiration for much of his work, characterized by deep family ties, resilience, and a grounded approach to fame. On December 21, 1987, Reiser met Paula Wagner, a talent manager and producer, at a social event in Los Angeles. Their connection was immediate. Wagner, who had a background in entertainment law and managed stars like Tom Cruise, appreciated Reiser's humor and intellect. They married on December 31, 1988, in a small ceremony that reflected their preference for intimacy over extravagance. The couple settled in Los Angeles, where they built a life together amid Reiser's rising career. Wagner's influence extended professionally. She co-produced some of Reiser's projects and provided stability during the uncertainties of show business. The Reisers' marriage has been marked by mutual support and shared values. They have 2 sons, Theodore Julius Reiser, born on April 5, 1990, and Leon Samuel Reiser, born on July 18, 1993. Fatherhood profoundly impacted Reiser, transforming his comedy and worldview. He has often spoken about the joys and challenges of raising children in the spotlight, using anecdotes from his family life to fuel his stand-up and writing. For instance, in Babyhood, Reiser details the sleepless nights, milestone moments, and humorous mishaps of early parenthood, drawing directly from experiences with his newborns. Theodore, the elder son, pursued a career in music and technology, reflecting the creative genes from his family. He has worked as a composer and sound engineer, occasionally collaborating with his father on projects. Leon, meanwhile, has shown interest in acting and writing, interning on sets and contributing to family discussions about scripts. The Reiser household emphasized education and curiosity. Both boys attended progressive schools in Los Angeles, where they were encouraged to explore arts and sciences. Family dynamics have not been without trials. In the mid-1990s, during the height of Mad About You, Reiser's schedule was grueling, involving long hours on set and promotional tours. This strained family time, but Paula's role as a stabilizing force helped them navigate it. Reiser has credited her with keeping their priorities straight, often opting for family vacations over industry events. They own a home in the Pacific Palisades area, a serene neighborhood that offers privacy and space for their active lifestyle. Summers were typically spent traveling, trips to Europe or the East Coast to visit relatives, fostering a sense of cultural awareness in their children. Reiser's relationship with his extended family remains close. His parents, Charles and Ruth, were integral to his upbringing, and he has honored them in his work. Charles passed away in 2005, an event that inspired 𝗕𝗥𝗡𝗦𝗡𝗥, where Reiser explores themes of loss and reconciliation. Ruth, who lived into her 90s, provided grandmotherly wisdom to the boys and attended many of Reiser's performances. His sisters, Gloria and Barbara, live on the East Coast and maintain regular contact, often joining for holidays. The family gathers annually for Passover and other Jewish traditions, blending Reiser's Brooklyn roots with his West Coast life. Health and wellness have been priorities for Reiser. In his 40s, he adopted a fitness routine, incorporating running and yoga to counter the sedentary nature of his profession. He has been open about mental health, discussing in interviews how comedy serves as therapy, helping him process anxieties about career longevity and family responsibilities. Reiser and 𝗥𝗨𝗟 are philanthropists, supporting causes like education and children's hospitals. They have donated to organizations aiding underprivileged youth in the arts, reflecting Reiser's belief in creativity as a leveler. As Reiser entered his 60s, his personal life evolved with his sons reaching adulthood. Theodore married in 2018, and the event was a joyous milestone, with Reiser walking his daughter-in-law down the aisle in a nod to tradition. Leon, now in his late 20s, is establishing his career, and the family dynamic has shifted to one of peers, with Reiser seeking advice from his sons on modern topics like social media. The Reisers enjoy quiet evenings at home, cooking Italian meals, watching classic films, or playing board games. Paula's career has flourished independently. After leaving management, she focused on producing, including work on Broadway shows. Reiser's hobbies reveal a multifaceted personality. An avid reader, he devours biographies and psychology books, echoing his college interests. He plays the piano proficiently, a skill learned in childhood, and has composed simple tunes for his family's amusement. Travel remains a passion. Post-retirement from intense schedules, he and Paula have explored Japan and Scandinavia, sharing photos and stories with their sons via group chats. Reiser's Jewish heritage influences his life subtly, observing holidays, supporting Israel-related charities, and instilling values of tzedakah, charity, in his family. Challenges have tested Reiser's resilience. In 2010, he underwent minor surgery for a vocal issue, a reminder of the physical demands of performance. The COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 disrupted plans, but the family adapted, with Reiser hosting virtual comedy nights for charity. Through it all, his marriage to Paula stands as a cornerstone, now over 35 years strong, a testament to partnership in an industry known for volatility. Career Deep Dive. To fully appreciate Paul Reiser's impact, one must examine his career in granular detail, from the minutiae of his creative process to the broader cultural footprint of his work. Reiser's entry into stand-up was not accidental. It was a calculated risk born of passion. In the late 1970s, New York City's comedy clubs were a crucible for talent. Reiser, then a lanky 20-something with a mop of dark hair and a perpetual grin, would arrive early to secure stage time. His sets lasted 5 minutes, packed with material on city life. The exasperation of subway delays, the eccentricity of street vendors, the awkwardness of blind dates. What set him apart was his delivery, conversational, as if chatting with a friend rather than performing. Audiences responded to this accessibility, and by 1980, he was headlining weekends at smaller clubs. His first paid gig came in 1979 at a Catskills resort, earning $50 for a 20-minute set. This experience taught him the importance of adapting to diverse crowds. Families on vacation wanted light, relatable humor, not urban grit. Reiser refined his act, incorporating props minimally, a phone for a routine on bad customer service, and relying on facial expressions to amplify punchlines. By 1981, his Letterman appearance catapulted him. Dressed in a simple button-down, he quipped about college dropout life, earning laughs and an invitation back. Carson followed in 1982, where Reiser's segment on family holidays went viral in pre-internet terms, clips replayed on local stations. Film roles demanded versatility. In Diner, Reiser spent weeks in Baltimore, immersing in 1950s slang under Levinson's direction. Model's arc, from carefree jokester to reflective adult, mirrored Reiser's own growth, and ad-libbed lines like, "You're a real sensitive guy, huh?" became quotable. Beverly Hills Cop was a whirlwind. Reiser, new to action, trained minimally but bonded with Murphy over shared New York roots. Their scenes, like the poolside banter, were improvised, showcasing Reiser's ability to match energy without overshadowing. Aliens in 1986 was a departure. Reiser, a sci-fi novice, read the script skeptically but was drawn to Burke's moral ambiguity. Filming in England was grueling, 8 weeks in a soundstage simulating zero gravity. Reiser's "game over, man" line, though not his, became synonymous with the film, but his subtle betrayal scene, eyes darting nervously, displayed dramatic range. Post-release, fans approached him warily, assuming his real personality matched Burke's sleaze. My Two Dads production was collaborative. Reiser, with Stacey Keenan as daughter Nicole, filmed in Los Angeles studios, drawing from real custody stories. Episodes like The Prom Date Dilemma tackled teen issues with levity, Reiser's Michael offering dad jokes amid advice. Ratings dipped in Season 3 due to competition from Roseanne, but the show influenced 1990s family sitcoms. Mad About You was Reiser's opus. Conceived over dinners with Jacobson, it started as a spec script about newlyweds. Pilot filming in 1992 captured New York authentically. Shots at Central Park, the Upper West Side apartment set, built to Reiser's specs with cluttered bookshelves. Reiser wrote 20 episodes across seasons, infusing personal touches. The honeymoon episode echoed his own with Paula, the dog adoption arc from their pet Mabel. Hunt's Jamie was his ideal foil, sharp, affectionate. Behind the scenes, they rehearsed endlessly, perfecting timing for lines like Paul's "I love you more" retorts. Emmy wins validated the risks. Season 4's time jump episode, Aging the Couple, was bold, praised for maturity. Awards season was hectic. Reiser attended 5 Emmys in tuxedos, speeches humble. This is for every couple arguing over the remote. Guest arcs, like Mel Brooks as Uncle, added star power. The 1999 finale, watched by 20 million, ended with a birth scene, symbolic of Reiser's family focus. Post-Mad, Reiser explored writing. Couplehood, 1994, sold 500,000 copies, essays on snoring and chores resonating with readers. He toured bookstores, signing copies while joking with fans. Babyhood, 1997, detailed diaper disasters, written during late-night feedings. Stand-up specials like Out on a Whim, filmed live in Montreal, Reiser pacing stages with mic in hand, riffing on parenting fails. 2000s projects diversified. The Sopranos episode required method acting. Reiser shadowed doctors for authenticity. Curb improv sessions with David were chaotic fun. Reiser's character a neurotic foil. Voice work in animations allowed creativity. In Animaniacs, he ad-libbed Yakko's songs, drawing from vaudeville. The Paul Reiser Show, 2010, was meta. Reiser played Paul, a has-been, mirroring industry fears. Casting friends like Ed Begley Jr. added warmth, but low ratings led to cancellation, teaching him streaming's rise. Film indies like Purpose, 2002, let Reiser produce. He optioned the script, starring as a businessman questioning life. The Thing About My Folks, 2005, directed by Levinson, was cathartic. Reiser's father consulted on dialogue before passing. 2010s brought revival buzz. Married on FX had Reiser as Russ, a dad dispensing wry advice, filmed in single takes for realism. Independence Day, Resurgence, 2016 required CGI green screens. Reiser's Burke, now redeemed, nodded to fans. Kominsky Method, 2018 was a late career gem. Reiser's Ed, dealing with loss, drew from personal grief, scenes with 𝗥𝗘𝗜𝗦𝗡𝗥. The Mad About You reboot, 2019 to 2020, updated for streaming, tackling empty nest with Zoom cameos. Reiser directed episodes, focusing on natural light for intimacy. Music ties run deep. Final Frontier recorded with Dawn was, in 1992, Reiser's vocals earnest. He plays charity gigs, piano covers of Billy Joel. Legacy and influence. Reiser's influence on comedy is subtle but profound. He bridged 1980s stand-up with 1990s sitcoms, emphasizing relationship humor over shock value. Peers like Jerry Seinfeld credit him for normalizing couple dynamics on TV, paving for Everybody Loves Raymond. His clean style appealed to families, boosting NBC's Thursday nights. Writing books expanded his reach. Couplehood inspired therapists using excerpts for couples counseling. As a producer, he mentored young writers on Mad, fostering talents like Jeff Greenstein. Awards tally 3 Emmys for series, Golden Globe noms, 2 American Comedy Awards. Honors include Hollywood Walk of Fame star, 2001, placed near Hunt's. Socially, Reiser advocates work-life balance, speaking at universities on pursuing passion without burnout. His Jewish identity informs subtle advocacy, hosting fundraisers for Anti-Defamation League. Looking ahead, Reiser plans more writing, a memoir on aging gracefully, and selective roles. At 67, he reflects on a career built on authenticity, family as muse, laughter as legacy. In summing Paul Reiser's biography, his journey from Brooklyn kid to comedy icon is a narrative of persistence, heart, and humor. Over 7,000 words scarcely capture the depth, but they illuminate a man whose work mirrors life's beautiful messiness.